wanted to show this clip in response to what's going around. I wanted to show this clip. Alright, man, I wanted to show this clip because of all the drama Planet Fitness is getting right now. So Planet Fitness right now, it just took a $400 million hit a few days ago after a photo in one of their rules actually just went viral. So if you remember and you self-identify as a different gender or whatever gender, you are allowed to use that other locker room. For example, what's going on right now was causing Planet Fitness to lose a bunch of money in stocks is that they had a man that self-identified as a woman that's in the woman's locker room, but when approached by one of the regular members there who is a woman and was worried about the young 12-year-old girl in towels and all this in there, she got her membership revoked. So that went viral. Planet Fitness is trying to, Planet Fitness is definitely standing by their rule and not being, they're unwavered by it pretty much. But what's going on is you see a lot of new members are just dropping their stuff. Lightning nasty as hell, Fatty.
It hurts me to see how corrupted you are.
Corrupted? Get your face off. What are you talking about? Who's corrupted? Why are you so fucking ugly, bro?
Just a couple of guys.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Halim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rachahak Wadash. And double honors to the elders and apostles, the men of great millstone. And to the rest of the brethren on down is teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom by Al Shah Dawadah. And to the Akim and Akwaf that's out there repenting, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob Yasha Allah, shalom to you, Masrakah. Hakarab coming at you with a quick proclamation. I just wanted to go and proclaim, hey, you are living in evil times. You are living in evil times. I mean, real evil times. And our people, they thinking it's going to be peace. Don't we know that these days that you are living in right now is worse than before the flood? That's why the elder brother Yashawaba say we live in flood-like behavior. Because the minds of the people right now, the mind of the populace right now, it's way worse than the minds that what people had before the flood. Way worse now. Way worse. And you might think, you saw what the Most High flooded the earth out in. You saw what he flooded the earth out then. And you would think, okay, well, he did that, brought that judgment upon them then, because they were the people in the earth was way wicked than now. No. The people in the earth now is way more wicked than they were back then. See? So what kind of judgment you think he bringing this time? Fire. And whether our people want to believe it or acknowledge it, hey, he gonna bring that judgment. And you gonna receive what you're gonna receive, because you people are wicked as hell. Wicked to the motherfucker. See? But let me grab a few of these scriptures, just something that, I just wanted to bring out. It was on my mind, so I just said, hey, let me just go ahead and bring out something, just to proclaim a small portion of the truth, right? But let me grab this, though, because what did Mashiach say? In these times that we're living in now, what did he say? What's going to be taking place before he returned? Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and Matthew 24, and let's go down to it, around 12. Matthew 24 and verse 12. Matter of fact, let me jump up and jump down, right? Verse 3. Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Meaning the end of the Edomites rulership. But it says, what's going to be the signs? What are going to be these signs? What are the things that's going to be taking place in the earth before you return? And what it says? And many, verse 11, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And who is these beginning with these false prophets is individuals that would tell lies concerning the scriptures, right? But when you beginning with those false prophets, it's stemming from these pagan builders, these so-called Baptists and Mormonism and Jehovah Witnesses and Seventh-day Adventists. It stems from that. Those are the beginnings of the false prophets. Why? Because they stem from the house of the false prophet, the Vatican. See? So you already had that been fulfilled, the rise in that. See? And it says what? And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, iniquity what? Shall abound, meaning it's going to increase. See? And what do you have in the earth right now today? You got the minds of the people. Iniquity is sin. Sin is the transgression of the Most High commandments, his laws, of what he say how something's supposed to be and not be. Right? And what you got in the earth right now? Iniquity has exceedingly increased. The minds of the people is fully polluted. See? I mean through. So that's what you got taking place right now in the earth. Just wickedness running rampant everywhere. See? Matter of fact, what it says in Proverbs right quick. Proverbs. Let me see. Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29 and, let's go down to it. Proverbs 29 and verse 16. Let me start at 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. When the wicked are in authority, the people, what? When the wicked are in authority, when the wicked are multiplied, basically when they're in authority, when they're in the position of authority, what happened? Transgressions increase. What they do? And we already know who's the wicked individuals that's in authority. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick and come back and finish that out, right? We already know who's in authority, right? We already know that. Let's go down. Let's go to Job real quick. Job 9 and verse 24. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judge thereof, if not wary, and who is he? So this says the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So in the time of these wickeds, the wicked ruling, hey, guess what's going to happen? Iniquity is going to be promoted. Sin is going to be increased. See, and within the way of this society that's here in Babylon the Great, hey, that's exactly what the people minds is corrupted. They will all tell you that the way they living ain't nothing wrong with it. And they say it's okay for two men to walk down the street holding hands, two women to be laying in a bed together. That's what they will say. But is it? No. They will tell you those things is right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if you speak against it, they will tell you that you're the wicked one. See? So what is being increased? Sin. The way of life, of living an abominable life, is being increased. And we telling our people, hey, you better repent. You better repent. Come out of those wicked ways. Or you're going to be destroyed right along with everybody else that's wicked. See? But they don't want to. They don't want to. See? But let me go back, though. Right? Let me go back to that. Proverbs 29. And finish that out. Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, meaning when the wicked are in authority, transgressions increase it. See? And who is that wicked? That wicked is Esau Edom. None other than Esau Edom. See? So in this last leg before Yahweh shall return, who was going to be in authority? Edom. What was Edom going to do? Hey, they was going to promote all manner of debauchery. You know, all manner of wickedness they was going to promote in the earth during the time of their rulership, and that's what you got taking place right now. See. But the righteous shall see their fall. Yeah, we're going to see their fall. But that's what you see taking place right now in the earth. Iniquity is running rampant. Running rampant. Goddamn weirdos. See? But let me grab this one. Second Esdras. Second Esdras. Chapter 5. Let's start at verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. This is what you got taking place right here in Babylon the Great. This is a faithless land. See? But it says what? But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. Wait a minute, what did it just say right there? It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. Saying that what's going to be taking place in the earth now is going to exceed the wickedness of the past. See? Why? Because the wicked is in authority. They have to be taken out, and then righteousness have to be established. But ain't no righteousness being established. You have wickedness being promoted. Sin, iniquity. See? But it says what? And the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly. And that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great. It's going to be wasted suddenly. What did it say? For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. See? It's going to be suddenly wasted. See? What is that in Revelations? Let me grab that real quick. What is that? Revelations 18. And what it says? For Yahweh have remembered her what? Let me grab that. Revelations. Is that 18 and 4? Revelations 18 and 4. And what it says? I heard another voice from heaven, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. This is us receiving salvation, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Who sins? Babylon the Great, that's being operated by the wicked, being ran by the wicked. And that ye receive not of her plagues. Why? For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. You see that? So that's what's being promoted here in Babylon the Great. Iniquity. See? That's what's being promoted here. So let me go back to that again. That second Esdras, and read that one more time. Second Esdras 5 and 2. And this is why the Most High said we're supposed to be separate, man. This is why he said you're supposed to be holy unto him. You can't be holy unto him, but you agree with the wickedness that's going on within this abominable society that you're living in. You have to be separate from it. See? We as a people, we as the Israelites have to be separate from these people. And you have to also be separate from Israelites that's wicked. You're supposed to be able to discern the wicked from among the just of our people. And you're supposed to do what? You're supposed to get away from the wicked ones and be in unified, in unification or unified, however you want to put it, with the just of our people, with those that are of an upright mind, man. See, but what it says again, let's grab it again. It says, what? Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. And that's talking about what? Receive salvation. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. See that? Let's go to 3. 2nd Ezra 3, the 3rd chapter. And let's go down. We'll start around, let me see. You know what? Let me start at 5. Let me see. Yeah, I'll start at 5. And gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thy hand. And when it said without soul, it's talking about that he didn't give him his wage yet. See? And it says what? And did breathe into him the breath of life. And that breath of life was giving him his instructions on what to do and what not to do. See? And it says what? And did breathe to him in him the breath of life. And he was made living before thee. And thou leadest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointed death in him, and in his generation, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. Verse 8. And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And again, in the process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyed them. And it came to pass in every one of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. You see that? And this way it said the flood was to these. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. Because why? Noah brought his house up according to the ways of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. And it happened that when they dwelt upon the earth, began to multiply. What? And it happened that when they that dwelled upon the earth began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first. See that? So during this time, what happened to the people? They began, this is after the flood, they began to be more ungodly than the first. So the people that you see right now in society, they are way more ungodly and more wicked than it ever been. Why? Because you are under the watch and the authority of the wicked. And what it says, when the wicked are in authority, transgressions increase. See? So this is why. So before the flood, yeah, people was being wicked. But they even more wicked now, after the flood. So just think about now, during this time span. Hey, man, people are wicked as hell. Wicked as hell. See? I mean, wicked than a motherfucker, man. But let me grab a few more of these. I just wanted to bring out some. Just wanted to go into and read these things because you can never get enough. Well, we can't, right? Let's go here. Second Ezra 14 and 14. I'm gonna start at. Yeah, I start there. Let go from thee, mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and hasten thee to flee from these times. Meaning what? Hasten to do what? Hasten to flee from these times, man. Hasten that Yahweh send back Yahweh Shah, man. Hasten that Yahweh Shah push forth these last few prophecies to happen. See? So we can be saved up out of here. So we can be redeemed. See? But it says what? For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So wait a minute. When it says evils, it's greater wickedness is going to be done than you saw that was taking place in the past. See? And really, when these last prophecies start going to be fulfilled, guess what? You gonna see so much wicked stuff. Most people gonna want to kill themselves because you ain't gonna be able to mentally endure the evil and the wickedness that you see going on. See, when all hell breaks loose, you gonna see women being ravished in a dark alley. Hell, you gonna see women getting ravished in fuck a dark alley. You gonna see their ass getting ravished in broad daylight. And guess what? People gonna walk by them. And why? Because it's gonna be, hey, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. Just like that woman that got raped in New York. The guy wrapped a belt around her neck and drug her between two cars. That wasn't at nighttime. That was in daytime. Drug her ass between two cars, if I'm not mistaken. Drug her ass between two cars and raped her right there. And there was people outside. And they didn't help her. So how much more in these times, these latter times, now, you're going to see all kind of stuff happening. See? But what it says, verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look, how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And it says what? So much more shall evils, shall wickedness, shall iniquity, shall sin increase upon them that dwell therein. For the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard. Meaning what? Not leasing, paying some rent or renting a house. No, it's talking about lies. So the truth is going to be fled far away, and what? And the lies is going to be hard at hand. See? And that's what you see taking place right now. The truth is trying to be forced to be put on the back burner, and the lies is being pushed to the forefront. See? What they trying to do with brothers that's preaching the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They trying to push you to the back and say you telling lies. But the lies, they push it to the front and saying that's the truth. And it says what? For now, hasten the vision to come which thou hast seen. So what do you say? Hey, hasten the vision. Hey, hasten these prophecies that you have been shown. Hasten those things to come to pass, man. See? And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing. See, let's grab this one. Second Ezra 16. What do you say? Let's go to it. Second Ezra 16. And let me see. Let's start here. Second Ezra 16 verse 18. And the beginnings of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, and that's what's about to come. These people gonna be eating each other. And it says what? The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You see that? But what? But visuals shall be so cheap upon earth, and you see what Elon Musk saying, that they gonna come with a universal currency. See, and things gonna be so cheap on earth. Ain't they saying that? See, and that all that's a lie. That's a lie, right? And it says what? That they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth. What? Evils grow upon earth. Evil, iniquity, sin, just running rapid. It's going to increase. See? And it says sword, famine, and great confusion. But what does it say? These people will think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth. Meaning it's going to increase. See? And that's what's taking place, man. So it'll behoove us to be listening to the instructions of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, so we know how we're supposed to be moving in these times. Because you are in an evil time. Let's grab this. Ephesians. They ended off. Just wanted to bring out something just to proclaim this truth, man. Right? Ephesians 5. And let's go down to it. Ephesians 5 and Ephesians 5 and I start at 14. And it says, wherefore, he said, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. Is it really talking about those are dead? No, it's talking about you that's been asleep. He says it's high time for you to wake out of sleep. Wake up out of that dead state. And what? See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. See? And that's what's taking place right now. The days are evil. I mean, evil as fuck. When it's an evil time right now. When you looking at men that's walking down the street with goddamn dogs and shit, and it just looking walking down the street with little dogs and shit, a bunch of little dogs is just looking feminine. Hey man, evil time, man. But I'm gonna end it off there. Just wanted to bring out something. Give it all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Shalom, Yasharallah.